Hi guys, welcome back to another yoga tutorial, and today I'm going to take you through yogi squat or Malasana. So that is this one, when we bring our feet a bit wider than hip width, big toes pointing out. We're in a very deep squat, hands come to heart center, and the elbows kind of prise open the hips here. Now this needs to be modified for a lot of people as we have 3 joints involved. We've got flexion in the ankle, we've got our knee joint, and then the hip. So I'll take you through some modifications that might help you. So if you come on down to your yogi squat and you find your heels just don't reach the mat, that's totally fine. It might be tightness through the calf. It might just be the way your ankle is designed. So there's no wrong thing here. But just to make it a little bit more comfortable for yourself, you can use a rolled up blanket underneath the heels, like so. If that's not enough, you can always use blocks, maybe even 2 blocks. And I just find that just helps people feel a little bit more stable in the pose, and then just like a little bit more enjoyable. When your heels are lifted and you're all wobbly, it's like quite an effort for the feet really, but the feet can just relax onto the blocks. So this would be a good option for some people. Now, if you come down and you're feeling tension through the knee, there's some options for you here. So for anyone looking at this, you would come onto your back, and then you would bring your knee in towards your chest. Now, my calf touches my hamstring. My knee has that range to make that movement. Now, if you've had any knee injuries or your knee is just not designed in that shape, some people can only get their knee to maybe like here. The calf doesn't really touch the hamstring. And that's fine. Like, you can still practice yogi squat. There's just some options that we can do. So some of us, if you've had a lot of like knee injuries, you might just want to rest the elbows down onto the upper thigh area and sink the bum down. Weight would be in the heels. So it's quite a more active pose, but it just means that the knee won't be sore. Another option is to take away the weight bearing in the knee. So you can use blocks, a pillow, or something of that description, maybe a bolster, to sit your bum down, turn your toes out, and then pressing the elbows into the inner thigh. Now this might alleviate tension through the knee because you're not weight bearing. You're like taking the weight into the seat a little bit more, but it's still the pose, it's still valid. Don't feel like you're not doing the pose. And then the other option is that you might be tight through the hip, and the way to know if it's through the hip is how's your happy baby looking. So you want to bring the knees in towards the armpits. See if you have a look. This is basically the pose that we do on our feet. So if your happy baby is more something like this, it might just mean you're tight through the hip there, which is kind of holding you back in your yogi squat. So it's good to know what kind of joint you maybe need to work on, or what you need to be supported with when you come into your yogi squat. Although it looks quite simple, it's actually quite a complicated pose. So once you're in it, with your props or without your props, pressing the hands together, big toes pointing out, and we want to shift the weight onto the outside edges of the feet because they're going to want to roll in. You want to keep the arches of the feet lifted. Pressing down through the heels, even if they're floating off, they'll be supported by a blanket or some blocks. Now, pressing down through those heels, and then press the palms together, keep it active. And then maybe the thumbs come towards the heart. So the spine is nice and long here, and to like accentuate that, you can slightly look down towards your fingers to lengthen the back of the neck. So the full spine is nice and straight in our Malasana yogi squat. And that's it. I really hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions at all about using the props and the joints and things, please let me know in the comments below. Send me a picture of your Malasana with your props if you found it helpful, and I'll see you on the next one.